Hello and welcome to Round 1 Back 9 action of the 2024 Augusta Disc Golf Classic, brought to you by Culvers of Grovetown and the Augusta Disc Golf Club. On catch cam today we have Tommy Patterson. Drone footage courtesy of the Augusta drone pilots. Commentary team is Vern Weygandt and Jeremy Hughes. On the card today we have Will DeBruin IV from Augusta, Georgia. Noah Meintsma from Minneapolis, Minnesota. Grady Shue from Augusta, Georgia. And Harper Thompson from Brentwood, Tennessee. Hole 10 is a par 3, 309-foot shot where you want something that's going to go straight for a little while and then fade to the left. You might want to throw your best stable mid-range or even upgrade to a fairway driver that'll fade quickly towards this basket. All right, welcome back. Here we are at hole 10, the back 9 here at Riverview Park. Harper Thompson on the tee. A soaking wet Harper Thompson.
A soaking wet Harper Thompson, who's currently 6 under.
Yeah.
That is absolutely stellar in this weather. Came up a little short. Looks like he went a little wide there.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, he took a gap that wasn't actually there and got really fortunate. Noah Meintsma's not doing too bad either, sitting at 5 down.
Yeah, that's solid. Not a bad shot there. He gave the basket a little bit of a scare.
What do you usually throw in this shot, Jeremy?
I kind of go back and forth. Sometimes I'll throw like an EMAC Truth, or sometimes I'll just throw a fairway just to kind of make sure I get that left movement. But and that's another great shot there from Grady.
The blue one's better.
But yeah, it's kind of a downhill, a little bit of right to left. So whatever you trust that you can kind of throw straight with just a little bit of left fade on at the end. A lot of people like to throw like a rock 3 or maybe even a staple putter. So Will here, he's got about probably 50 or 60 feet here. Yeah, it's kind of a half bid layup on that one. He's got a little ways to go there. These guardian trees can wreak havoc with your disc as well. Sometimes the best shot off the tee, and then you just kind of have to wait to listen for that inevitable sound of a disc hitting a tree. Wow. Wow.
Yeah, that was ridiculous.
Another good putt from Noah.
Yeah, Harper and Noah just keep nailing these putts like it's nobody's business.
You talk to Ken Climo. If you go back and watch Worlds from 2006, and this was one of the courses used, and he would tell people, he said, he played this course so many times, it was one of his favorite courses. And that's part of the reason why, as Grady drops in another birdie, but that's part of the reason why in 2006 you see Ken Climo winning his 12th Worlds here in Augusta. He loved these courses so much. A little bit of a disappointing par from Will. Hole 11. So this one is, we play this one in the longer position during this tournament. If you've got a power forehand and you can punch it out through the woods and get a nice little left to right movement over to this basket, or the big turnover works as well. Is it just me, or do I see a little bit of sunshine peeking through?
Yeah, it's kind of a welcome addition to this round.
This hole plays about 380 feet, so a good forehand, you can pump one out there at 350 or thereabouts and get a nice flare just like that. Wow. Wow. That would have been a great ace.
Yeah, that had some heat on it.
So Harper has a great forehand, noted. Looks like that one was a little left, yeah. Flirted with the OB a little bit, but he'll have a circle's edge putt, maybe a little longer. Now we're going to see the backhand turnover. This is the shot I like to throw.
Solid.
Yep. Good shot. Yeah, the trick to that shot is you just don't want to clip those trees on the right. As long as you stay away from those and you get out in the grass, you're good.
Yeah, I can't remember exactly what Grady threw, but I feel like it was something like a sidewinder or road runner.
That must have caught a tree limb and just came straight down.
Yeah.
That was unfortunate. That was on a decent line. So he'll just lay up for par. He has about 100 feet there almost. Yeah, you could hear the wind picking up a little bit. I'm sure that was in his mind right as he was putting.
Yeah, I think Grady felt like he had that one. Because that was an excellent drive.
Kind of in the natural hazard over there now. Yeah, the putter's just not quite clicking.
Yeah, I was going to say he's had a little bit of a rough day in putting.
And Will with the par. And Noah will tap in for his par.
We got rid of the rain, but now we've got some clouds and some wind coming in.
So it looks like we had one of everything on this hole today. It was a great shot from Harper, though.
Hole 12, par 3, 345-foot shot. This one's a little deceptive. You want to crank on it a bit, but you got to be careful not to let it go too long. You're going to leak downhill, and there's some out of bounds down there.
Yeah, this is a really fun shot. It's long. It plays about 400 feet, though, because you really can't tell from the camera, but it's kind of uphill almost the whole way until the very end. And a little inside baseball for you. My buddy with the PDGA, those of you who know Mike Downs, he's aced this hole twice.
What?
Yeah. The guy is sneaky good. Wow, he went really wide with that, but he ended up in a pretty good spot. He'll have a tough putt.
I feel like it would be really easy to yank one over into these trees on the right-hand side.
Yeah, and I'm going to tell you a little secret. The old adage in golf is trees are 90% air. I can promise you that magnolia trees don't fall in that category. That is textbook for what you want to do on this hole. Just get it right over that hill, crest the hill, and just let it funnel down that little slope. That's the play.
Yeah, that was
great
nice.
shot from Noah. Yeah, it was a great shot. Will's thrown this shot a few times too. Doesn't like it though. There is OB there.
He stays clean, but barely.
Yeah, it looks like he didn't get quite the fade he was thinking he was. think we're going to see a lot of wind this weekend. Kind of had a hurricane come through, and we're catching the tail end of it now. A little high. Is it drifting right? A little bit. He'll have a look at it, but he's going to be in the woods. Will was going for broke on that one, it looks like. Let's see how he attacks this shot. He committed to it.
Harper didn't want any of that.
No. That's a fantastic birdie right there. It's a tough hole, especially in the wind. That was a pretty smart play by Harper on that one as well. Yeah, sometimes when you get in those woods, it's tough to get out and save that par. Good par save.
Yeah. Grady's save putts today have been just phenomenal.
Yeah,
and oftentimes harder.
You know he's thinking in the back of his head, why can't I just do that on the birdie putt?
Mm-hmm.
We've all been there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can tell he's not too happy about having to take that bogey there. Hole 13. This is the easiest hole on the course. We actually made it a little bit easier this year. This is an island hole. Well, it's a hole that's surrounded by hazard rather. But this is definitely the easiest hole on the course, and you're going to want to try and get this one. Missing this one is losing strokes.
Yeah, you got to feel like if you miss this one, you're not having the best of days.
Yep, it's just a little uphill chip shot. Last year we actually had it surrounded by hay bales, and it was really cool, but it was really difficult. So we took the hay away, tried to make it a little easier. There is sort of a hyzer bomb shot around the right side, but these guys are all going to go up this middle gap just to make sure they get inside of that circle area. Yep, just a little forehand chip shot.
Yeah, you mentioned that hyzer shot. I feel like that might be just if somebody's trying to make their life more difficult, or if they don't have a forehand or turnover backhand shot.
Yeah, the turnover putter's a great shot here. The forehand, basically you just want to make sure you don't want to find yourself in the hazard area, because that's going to turn into a bogey pretty quick. He's going to give this one a bid. Yeah, that's a good shot.
Yeah, he was chasing it down.
Coming in a little spiky. Nice. Oh no. It's that. I tell you what, though, man, when you're having days like that, it seems like sometimes just all the things are just happening at once. Good birdie.
Yeah, he needed that. Yeah, just watching Will play, I mean, you can tell his fundamentals are solid. It's just, just a little bit off today.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, these guys are going to tap in their birdies, and this one for the open field, I think, came in right about 70% of the field birdied it. But interestingly enough, we had a lot of pars, bogeys, and doubles as well. So,
hole 14, a par 4, 507-foot shot. First thing you want to do is try to get out in the open and lay up to get in here, or if you got a big enough arm, maybe going to try to go for the green in here. But either way, it's going to be a tough one.
Yeah, I think really the key to success on this hole is getting your disc, your drive in that perfect spot to give you a good second shot.
Mm-hmm.
It's about a 250-foot initial drive and then another 200 to 250-foot shot after that. This is actually a really good hole.
Yeah. I think you also have to be careful not to end up too far left on the hill, otherwise you're contending with the ceiling as well.
Yep. And you're throwing a shot downhill, and trying to keep it low. It's a tough shot. So he kind of goes a little bit left. That's not too bad. But he'll have a little bit of contending to do with that ceiling. Looks like, is he going to try and poke it through?
Grady is all in on this one.
Okay. Okay, looks like he's going to try and go through with the backhand. We get like a little late turnover and try and poke it through the hole. He's just got to make sure he gets over that river. Oh, no, he pushed a little long.
Wow.
Got to give him an A for effort on that, though.
How common is it to see someone try that shot and go for broke?
I only see it in doubles.
There you go. Good layup.
Mainly because it really doesn't do you too much good, because you still have another 200 feet, after you get across the river. So you need a good second shot anyway. So it's really difficult to eagle. It has happened, but it's not very common. Oh, wow. There's that ceiling, trying to keep it low, throw it straight, and try and get as much distance as possible. And you can't tell on the camera, but, he just went over a first creek right there. But if he goes past this basket about 10 feet, there's another creek. So you've got two OB lines. You kind of want to stay between them. Is he going to try and go through the back door? Okay. Looks like he scrambled back to the edge of the fairway.
Yeah. I think he found some sort of glimmer of hope through there.
It's good up.
Another one?
This is Will's second birdie putt here, right?
Oh, yeah.
That's great. That'd be a great birdie to get on the card. Oh, yeah. Great birdie.
Yeah, well done. And 2 birdies in a row.
Yep.
This one, of course, arguably much more difficult, and he had terrible footing over there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Will took advantage of the hometown hero there and was able to play that hole perfectly.
Yeah, it seemed like where his shot landed, his drive landed, was probably optimal.
Mm-hmm. Hole 15. This is another hole that's changed a lot through the years. It's a pretty short hole, but what you want to do is you want to poke it through the edge of the woods here, and then you're going to want to flare skip to the right. The basket's over here to the right, about 100 feet, about 90 feet, something like that. So you want to get out of the woods, number one. Number two, you want to try and push to the right as much as possible. A little high, catches that last tree.
This gap reminds me so much of a hole at Hornet's Nest in Charlotte.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a tough gap to get through here.
Oh, wow. So as we are learning today, not all par 3s are birdie or die par 3s.
Yeah. Harper with some self-commentary there.
That looks good. There you go. Great shot. He's a little long. Not too bad, though. He'll have a good putt for birdie. And Noah and the rest of the guys look like they're going to be scrambling for some pars here. It almost looks like it's snowing right now, but I can assure you that's not snow. A little South Carolina snow.
Yeah, North Augusta got some gust in Augusta.
I couldn't tell. Do you think the wind affected him a little bit on that?
The wind was, it seemed like it was coming from everywhere, every direction. You couldn't predict it. As soon as you felt comfortable with a tee shot or a putt, it seemed like then wind might come from another direction.
Wow.
Is that common in North Augusta?
It's actually really common, particularly on these holes that we're about to play in the Open. You can play hole 16. The wind will be at your back. By the time you turn around and go to 17, it's at your back again. So it can be very confusing. So as these guys take their pars, we did get about 30% birdies on this hole. So there were a lot of birdies today, but unfortunately not on this card.
Hole 16, a par 3, 309-foot shot. The basket's just right there, and it's your job to get right down there to it.
I think the normal play is to see this big hyzer around the pole, but there is OB that runs down the middle of the fairway now, so these guys are going to want to try and keep it inside of that OB line. Looks like Will left himself a circle's edge putt. Not bad.
So the spike hyzer is going to be the most common play you would see.
Yeah, especially with these guys. Yep, just like that. Swing it out wide, try and bring it in right around the basket. That's a good putt. He'll have about 25 feet from there.
I love this tee placement. I don't know if that power pole has always been there, but it's right in the line that you would want if you were running straight at the basket.
Yeah, it really is. There's been a power pole there for as long as I can remember. I kind of joked with the guys. I said, next year I'm putting a Mando left on that thing. This looks really good. Caught the last tree, but he's got a 20-footer. He'll be fine. That was definitely a little breezy on that one. Another great confident putt from Harper.
Yeah, if you can't hear the wind, then look at the tent in the background over there.
Yeah. Yeah, we lost a few tents that day, I'm not going to lie. Oh, no.
Yeah, Grady's not wrong. That was a great putt. It seemed like that was right on the pole.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, that was unfortunate. And unfortunately, we've all had it happen to us before. You hate to see it, though.
Yeah.
hole 17. It's pretty straightforward. You just got about a 300-foot hole here, and you just want to pipe it straight down the middle. The basket's just a little bit to the right. You've got this low ceiling, so if you're going to come straight at the basket, you got to throw something kind of low that maybe skips to the right, like a forehand, or maybe an understable fairway. You've also got the big Anheuser turnover, like out over the crepe myrtles there on the left, so be interesting to see how these guys attack this hole.
Yeah, I didn't think about the big turnover over those crepe myrtles.
Yeah, now that I think about it, with this wind today, I doubt anybody's going to attempt that.
Bad idea.
He'll have a pretty long putt from there. And that path is OB that runs down the right side of the fairway, so if you throw a forehand that skips to the right, you want to make sure that you keep it in bounds.
Now, if I remember correctly, there's a Mando in one of these trees, isn't there?
Yeah, you can see there's a Mando there. That's basically just there to keep people from trying to throw over the path for safety reasons. It's not really in play for these guys, but that one looks like it might leak toward the OB. Yeah, that's the danger with the forehand. If you get a skip and it starts heading toward that path. That looked really good. Got a nice little bit of ground action.
Yeah,
great.
he put a good move on it.
And Will just laying it up. And down by the OB path is Grady.
Oh,
That was a great bid.
yeah, that would have been an awesome birdie.
Oh, man. Very fortunate that sat down.
Yeah, that could have turned ugly pretty quickly.
Yeah, that one definitely had a little bounce off that center pole as well. And you can tell the wind is starting to gust too, so he's fortunate that one stayed in.
Solid putt from Will. Hole 18, par 3, 312-foot shot. It's exactly as you see it. The basket is straight down the middle here. Just be careful, don't go too long. You're going to go out of bounds, and don't skip to the right-hand side, or you're also going to out of bounds. And oh, by the way, on the left-hand side, it's out of bounds. So trickier than it appears.
Yeah, if you go back and watch some of the classic videos from years past, these oak trees on the right, they didn't used to be that tall. And so as Noah kind of threads the needle down that right side, he's fortunate not to hit anything. The play actually used to be to big hyzer over those trees. Well, you can't really do that anymore. You can kind of see the white flags going down the center of the fairway to the left of the basket. That's OB. So you've got about the OB line comes pretty close to circle's edge down around the basket, so you're going to want to get this one close. Big flare skip.
It's almost like you're demanding that folks really consider the forehand shot.
Mm-hmm.
And if it gets too much of a skip, then it ends up in a bad place.
Mm-hmm. Well, the other problem with that, too, is if you go forehand and you cross OB and your forehand doesn't come back, you're going to be playing from way back further.
Right.
It's a good little shot there from Grady. He'll have about a 20-foot putt. And Will just steps up and hurls it. It's been one of those rounds. I feel you.
That's like how it slams the forehand.
We'll come back. He stays in bounds. Kind of see the flag in the background just blowing every direction right now, swirling. Grady's trying to figure it out too right now.
Yeah, the wind today has been an enigma. You just could not figure it out.
Oh my.
Little circle's edge putt here from Noah. A little high. Looked like he was trying to throw it before the wind started gusting. Harper for another birdie putt. Confident putt, a little bit low, but he got the birdie.
Mm-hmm. Though, and Will tapping it in here, it's going to leave Grady. Unfortunately, that's been the story of Grady's round today.
Yeah, you know he's disappointed with that round.
Shooting a fire round, 11 down, 10:51. Harper Thompson, just solid. We got Jason Lynn, that's a good one. Also shooting 10 down here. Noah Meintsma and Lance Brown at 9 down. Martin Neese shooting 7 down.
Yeah, a lot of solid rounds today. Next round's going to be at Lake Olmsted, so we'll see if they can continue that dominant performance that Harper and these guys have been showing us.